Good evening, and I hope you got your pajamas on and you're ready to hear about pottery. A lot of you know me from Art Shop as Miss Christy, and Miss Broccoli and I taught at CCPS, and we taught a little pottery. And it's kind of a process. It's not like you just get to see it done. Pottery, I had to do some of the work, and it's going to help you understand, and it's going to show you pictures of start to finish what pottery involves. And this book was done by Gail Gibson, and it's called The Pottery Place. The delivery truck bounces down the country road. Country road, excuse me. It has a delivery to make. A woman comes to the gate of the pottery place. She is a potter, someone who makes mugs, bowls, and other pottery from clay. Her dry clay has just arrived. The delivery person and the potter carry the bags inside. The potter uses different kinds of clay for different reasons, for textures and strength, depending on how pottery will be used. All the many kinds of clay come from the ground. This morning, the potter has time to mix up new batches of clay. She follows her own recipe. She mixes her dry powder recipe and then adds water until the clay becomes soft. Now she leaves it alone. She has other things to do at the pottery place. She has some mugs to make and also a big pot that the neighbor has ordered. She takes out soft clay that's about a year old. The older clay is the better. She begins to wedge the clay, or knead it, to get the air bubbles out. The air bubbles must be removed so that pottery won't crack or explode while it's baking. A friend comes to watch the potter at work. The potter pushes the clay back and forth, back and forth. It becomes smoother and smoother. Have some tea, the potter offers, taking a break. The two drink their tea and talk about pottery. The friend asks, "How long have people been making pottery?" "For thousands of years," the potter replies. Pottery has been found all over the world. No matter what continent, there's beautiful pottery. There's jugs from England, platters from Spain, vessels from Egypt, bottles from Africa, cups from Iran, storage jars from Crete, vases from China, bowls from American Indians, jars and jugs from Mexico, and vessels from Peru. Finally, the clay is ready. It's nice and flexible. It has what the potter calls good body. She wants to make the mugs first. She rolls the clay out and tears off sections for each mug. Now she uses her potter's wheel to place a lump in the center of the wheel. She dips her hand in the bowl, and then the wheel flies and makes it spin. As she kicks the wheel, the potter pushes her wet fingers into the center of the spinning clay. It begins to take on a new shape. It now has low, thick sides. By working one hand inside and the other hand on the outside of the clay, the potter begins to draw the clay into the shape of a mug. She thinks about how the mug will look and uses her imagination to shape the clay until one mug is finished. The potter, with a smooth rhythm, does this over and over until 12 mugs are lined up, and she'll add their handles tomorrow. Next, she begins to make big pots. She places more clay on the wheel. Then she kicks and kicks. The wheel whirls around again. Whew. The pot slowly becomes taller and taller and taller, and the potter gently separates the pot from the wheel with her wire. She covers the pieces with sheets of plastic so they won't dry too quickly. A man comes to the pottery place. He wants the potter to make a teapot, so she writes the order down. A whole batch of pottery is made last week. It's dry enough to be bisque, or baked. At this stage of pottery, it's called greenware. She has decorated some with designs and painted on it with slip, which is a creamy color clay. She has cut designs into the surface of other pieces. Now the potter carefully places them to a special oven called a kiln. The potter stacks the greenware in tightly. Near the peephole, she places cones made of special clay. The heat is turned on to fire the pottery. The temperature goes up and up very slowly. The potter checks the cones through the peepholes from time to time. When the cones start to bend, the potter knows it's time to shut off the kiln. The kiln cools. More time goes by. When the kiln is cool enough, the potter carefully removes the fired pottery. Now she wants to color her pottery. She slowly pours on glazes, but they have no color yet. They will become brilliant colors once they are fired in the kiln. Everything goes back into the kiln again. This time, the pots cannot touch one another because the glazes will stick together. The temperature climbs higher and higher to the correct degrees for firing potter's glaze. She then shuts the kiln off and lets it cool again. It's time to remove the finished pottery. The pieces are beautiful. The potter has promised to deliver some of her pottery to a gift shop in town. She carefully wraps each piece, places them in a box, and packs them in her van. The first stop is at a neighbor's house. This vase is for her. The next stop is at the gift shop. The boxes of pottery are carried in and unpacked. The shop owner pays the potter and sets them up for display. The customers admire her wonderful pottery, while the potter drives back to the Pottery Place. And it has the ways to make pottery. There's pinch pots, foils, and slab. And the last is on a wheel. So those are fun little exercises. If you want to make pottery, I'm going to do a plug now, self-promotion, shameless. But I teach at the art shop. This is my 13th year, and I teach little kids pottery, and we have adults, and we have mommy and me or parent and me classes and weekend paint parties. So if you're into pottery or want to make things with clay, come see us at the art shop. Good night, and I hope you have sweet dreams.